Omnitrix prototype. The Omnitrix is a watch-like device created by the smartest mind in the universe, Azimuth. He built it while searching for redemption after once creating a devastating superweapon. It's known as the most powerful piece of tech in the universe. The Omnitrix lets its user transform into different life forms. Aliens, at least from a human point of view, as long as their DNA is stored in its database. After each transformation, there's a random cooldown. That limit was intentional. Azimuth wanted people to experience life as other species, to build empathy. When Xylene carried the Omnitrix through space, her ship was attacked by Vilgax, who wanted the device. With no choice, she launched it toward Ben Tennyson, the greatest plumber in the galaxy. But the pod went off course and crashed into a forest on Earth. It latched onto Max's grandson, Ben Tennyson. That moment turned Ben into the most legendary hero in the Ben 10 universe. At first, Ben could only access 10 aliens. Over time, more forms unlocked. The Omnitrix could also scan new species and add their DNA to the database. On his journey, Ben faced massive threats: Vilgax, former friends, and many others. He once gained master control, which removed the cooldown entirely. He even accidentally activated the self-destruct mode, which could have destroyed an entire universe. Ben eventually met Azimuth and helped restore his hope, earning his trust and unlocking Way Big. After being a hero for about a year or two, Ben lost his favorite alien, Feedback, to malware. That hit him hard. He quit being a hero. Years later, he decided to return, but the Omnitrix didn't work. It had upgraded itself, changing form and giving him 10 brand new aliens. Ben became a hero again. With this version, he unlocked his most powerful alien, Alien X, though controlling it was incredibly difficult at first. Later, when Vilgax managed to steal the Omnitrix, Ben warned him it would explode if he didn't give it back. Vilgax thought it was a bluff. It wasn't. The Omnitrix detonated. After that, Ben took Albedo's prototype Omnitrix and won the fight. Aside from Ben, the original Omnitrix has also been used by Azimuth and Vilgax. There's even a variant used by an alternate Ben in the episode Goodbye and Good Riddance, where his secret identity as a hero is revealed.
Ultimatrix. Picking up Ben's story, let's talk about the Ultimatrix. Even though people call it a watch, it looks more like a gauntlet. Still, most of its core functions are the same as the original Omnitrix. That alone shows how insanely smart Albedo is. He really understood Azimuth's tech, but there's one key feature that sets the Ultimatrix apart: the ultimate function. When Ben activates it while already in an alien form, the Ultimatrix simulates millions of years of evolution for that species. It pushes the DNA to its absolute peak. The result is the alien's ultimate form, the strongest version of that species. Power and abilities increase massively, but there's usually a trade-off. Some abilities from the base form may be reduced or replaced with new ones in the ultimate form. It's stronger, yes, but it's not always a straight upgrade in every way. After the battle against Dagon, Azimuth took the Ultimatrix back. He then gave Ben a new Omnitrix, this time not a prototype, but the final, complete version built by Azimuth himself. Aside from Ben, the other known user of the Ultimatrix is Albedo.
Omnitrix. This version of the Omnitrix is Azimuth's true masterpiece. No more early build, no more prototype. This is the final release, fully complete, and it holds millions of alien DNA samples ready to use. All the core features from the previous Omnitrix models are still here. Everything works the same, except there's no ultimate feature like the Ultimatrix had. This one feels even more advanced. It's almost like a real smartwatch. Ben can use it to make calls, record messages, and access different functions beyond just transforming. This time, Ben can usually transform without a cooldown, though to be fair, it's not always consistent. Sometimes the cooldown kicks in to protect him from DNA or genetic damage. It's basically a safety measure. Aside from Ben, this version of the Omnitrix is also used by his son, Ken.
Albedo's Omnitrix. Albedo once made a replica of the original Omnitrix, but it didn't last long. When it accidentally collided with the real Omnitrix, the impact could have destroyed an entire galaxy. Seriously, it was that dangerous. Luckily, that didn't happen. Instead, the energy backlash hit Albedo himself. It permanently mutated his body. The user of this replica was, of course, Albedo. He used to be Azimuth's assistant, but he left to chase his own selfish goals. After that, he he kept coming back as a constant problem in Ben's life. Nemetrix. This is basically a knockoff Omnitrix built by Dr. Psychobos. Its main function is different. Instead of turning the user into the aliens from the Omnitrix, it transforms them into the natural predators of those aliens. It was created for Kyber, one of the deadliest hunters out there. He even mounted it onto his pet, a creature called a Penuncian. At one point, Psychobos managed to steal part of the Omnitrix core. He installed it into the Nemetrix, which made its transformations much more stable and complete. With help from Albedo, they even added an ultimate evolution feature. Yeah, they were really obsessed with evolution. In the end, the device was confiscated by the plumbers. It was stolen at one point, but eventually recovered again.
Bad Ben. The Bad Ben Omnitrix looks almost exactly like the original one. The only real difference is the color. Instead of bright green, it has a mint tone. Feature-wise, it's the same as Ben Prime's Omnitrix. Same functions, same alien roster, everything. The user is an alternate version of Ben Tennyson who turned evil. This version has black hair. In human form, he's skilled in martial arts. He fights clean and precise. His voice is calmer and slower than Prime Ben's. From his attitude alone, you can tell he's the villain in his universe. When Vilgax recruited different Ben variants, Bad Ben showed up to fight Ben Prime, but in the end, he was sent back to his own dimension. It's basically the Ben 10 version of an invincible war.
Ben 10,000. There are 3 versions of Ben 10,000. The first one uses the original Omnitrix. This is the earliest future version of Ben. He's intense, super serious, almost no chill. He has master control, so he can switch forms instantly without any timeout. The second version uses an evolved Omnitrix, similar to the Alien Force era design. This Ben 10,000 feels more mature, more balanced. He's not as cold as the first version, though he still has a few personal issues to work through. The third version uses something called the Bio-Omnitrix. It's like having 2 Omnitrix devices at once. With it, he can fuse 2 different alien DNA samples into one form. The result combines their powers and appearance into a single hybrid alien. This version is often called Ben 10K from the later future timeline. Here, he's fully grown up, calm, steady. He balances being a hero, a mentor, and a family man really well. Hero Watch. This Omnitrix is basically the original model. Same design, same functions. The only real difference is the color. In this universe, it's called the Hero Watch. Ben even matches his outfit to its color. Unlike Ben Prime, this version starts with 23 aliens right out of the box. No waiting to unlock more. It's used by Ben from Dimension 23. In his world, he's famous, rich, kind of arrogant too. He's basically a celebrity because of the Hero Watch. A big reason for that? Grandpa Max isn't around in this timeline. Ben grows up without a mentor. No one really keeps him grounded. That's probably why he acts the way he does. But after meeting other versions of himself, he slowly learns to be better. Oh, and one more thing. This Ben gives his aliens the worst names. Seriously, they're terrible. Zombitrix. The Zombitrix works just like Ben Prime's Omnitrix. Same features, same basic functions, but the look is very different. It has a dark purple and black color scheme, way more ominous. The user is Ben Zaro, a variant of Ben who's actually a zombie. He's basically undead. Because of that, every alien he transforms into is also a zombie version. Same powers, same forms, but twisted and undead, just like him. Power Watch. This Omnitrix has the exact same features as Ben Prime's. Same functions, same alien roster. Nothing different on the inside, but the outside, totally different. The color stands out right away, and it has spikes all over it. Those spikes don't just stay on the watch either. Every time this Ben transforms, the spikes show up on the alien forms too. Yeah, even the aliens get the spiky look. The user is Mad Ben, a version of Ben from a world called the Mad World. His dimension went through an apocalypse. Everything is chaotic, very Mad Max vibes. His appearance fits the setting. Messy, unique hairstyle, rough clothes, practical, not stylish. He speaks with an Australian accent and usually sounds calm, but don't let that fool you. He's violent, brutal, completely ruthless. He sees himself as superior to everyone else. He was sent back to his own dimension after helping Vilgax at one point, but Ben Prime and Ben 23 ran into him again later. They fought for a bit before things settled down. Negatrix. This Omnitrix works exactly like Ben Prime's. Same features, same alien lineup. The only difference is the color. This one is black and gray. The user is Mega Ben, an alternate version of Ben with a heavy emo vibe. He's dark, moody, negative about almost everything. He's evil, sure, but he's also kind of lazy. That's pretty much where the name comes from. He doesn't try too hard, but when he does act, he's still cruel and dangerous. In the end, after the big fight against Vilgax, he was sent back to his own dimension.
Omnitrix. In the new continuity, the Omnitrix looks close to the original at first. The core features are the same. It still lets Ben transform into different aliens. But as the series goes on, the design gets a lot more unusual. It starts adding new features like Omni-Enhance and Omni-Kicks. It can even merge with extra alien DNA. At one point, Ben transforms into Vilgax's species. There are also aliens that exist only in the Reboot. This version is used by Reboot Ben. On top of that, the Reboot series introduces a bunch of other Omnitrix variants. Most of the differences are in appearance and who's wearing them. The core functions are mostly the same. Some of these include the Omnitrix with a blue-filled display, the Omnitrix crossover nexus, the Omnitrix with a locking device, the Omnitrix from the episode Zingo's World, the Omnitrix from Dimension 12041.5, Maximilian's Omnitrix, the Reboot version of the Alien Force Omnitrix, the Reboot Omniforce Omnitrix, and Gwen's Omnitrix in the Reboot. Different looks, different users, but at the end of the day, it's still the same core idea. Alien DNA in a watch.
No watch Ben. The Omnitrix this Ben uses is actually Ben Prime's. He only gets it because his own timeline was erased. Before that, he had never even touched an Omnitrix in his life. And yet, he ends up becoming the hero who saves the multiverse. With help from Professor Paradox, they travel back in time. They go to the exact moment when the Omnitrix pod is flying toward Max. There, they slightly change the pod's path, just enough. They also cause a small earthquake that makes young Ben fall into the crater where the Omnitrix lands. After everything is fixed, the Omnitrix is returned. This Ben goes back to living a normal life. So when you think about it, No Watch Ben and Professor Paradox were always part of the story. From the very beginning, they helped shape Ben Prime's destiny.
Argitrix. The Argitrix is an Omnitrix variant we don't know much about. The user in this timeline is Argit himself. That's pretty much the standout detail. Omnitrix. Once again, it's basically the same as Ben Prime's Omnitrix. Same features, same alien lineup. No real changes to how it works. The only difference is the color. In this timeline, Gwen is the one who finds the Omnitrix, so she becomes the hero instead of Ben. Because she's the user, the signature color in each alien transformation adjusts to match her outfit and style. Personality-wise, she's still the same Gwen from the Prime timeline. Smart, confident, strong-willed, just now with the Omnitrix on her wrist.
Ben X. This version of the Omnitrix belongs to Ben X from his own dimension. The design looks a bit different, but it works the same way. In his timeline, Ben watches both Gwen and Grandpa Max die at the hands of Vilgax. That breaks him. He wants revenge. So he destroys the Omnitrix on purpose. The explosion is powerful enough to take Vilgax down with it, but there's a side effect. The blast unlocks Alien X. For reasons that aren't fully clear, this version of Ben eventually becomes the main antagonist in Alien Extinction. Yeah, things really went off the rails for him.